You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes.
Wepa, what's good, Crusaders Familia? It's your boy, Al Mega, back again with that pop culture punch, baby. That's right, we're bringing you another high-energy episode of the Comic Crusaders Podcast, and today we're dropping the hammer, baby. That's right, we have a return guest here. This dude is out here crafting worlds, smashing out stories, and now he is gearing up to unleash his next big indie comic banger, baby. I mean, it is called Rogues Gallery. That's right, y'all. So sit back, relax, and let's crack open the mind of the hammer himself with the one, the only, the mighty one, Owen, the hammer.
Hi, Al.
Baby.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I don't think I can be as exciting as you've made me out to be. In fact, when you started introducing me, I forgot I was the guest. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this guy. Oh, it's me.
Folks, this is an amazing creator right here. Uber
Thank you.
talented. He got fire projects. He's dropped 3 fire up. Oh
Hardcover.
My God!
This is the official hardcover. This is available from Amazon. You can get the paperback hardcover and Kindle version.
Bro, Rogues Gallery. You have to drop the hammer on that one right now.
All right, well, Rogues Gallery is my second graphic novel. It's with artwork by the same artists, Mariano Navarra and Hernan Cabrera. It's going to be very exciting. If you loved how Von Bach dealt with horror and monsters, then you're going to love how Rogues Gallery deals with superheroes. The story is that there's a team of supervillains who have to stop climate change in order to get their doomsday weapon to work. And then the superheroes are in a moral quandary about whether or not to stop them. So this status quo of the heroes fighting the villains is kind of destroyed, and all the alliances fall apart. And it takes place in like a Marvel DC type superhero universe. If you love superheroes, you're going to love it. If you're sick of superheroes, you're still going to love it. It's called Rogues Gallery. Get ready.
For those new folks that are unfamiliar with the Hammerverse, take us back. What was the first comic book that hooked little Owen Hammer into this crazy world?
Oh, I don't even need to think about that. It was the origin of Marvel Comics, the collection of all the origins of the Marvel heroes released as a paperback in the 70s, and I had a copy of it, and I think it's the first thing that I read, and it was Fantastic Four, Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, and Doctor Strange. Ditko and Kirby are still 2 of my favorite artists. Of course, the best artists are Mariano Navarra and Hernan Cabrera.
Yeah, but I'm an 80s kid, so I know that the guys and I that love comics, we really couldn't talk about that shit in school because, 80s.
I think similar to you, it was still kind of taboo to read comics. People said you're a big nerd or whatever. I guess they're mainstream now, which is kind of shocking.
We're cool now.
Yeah, I love Marvel, and then around the age of 16, I got into Alan Moore. My friend lent me Watchmen, and I've been consuming everything written by Alan Moore ever since. I even read Lost Girls, so I've read it all.
Fan.
Yeah. And I eventually picked up Swamp Thing and all the stuff that came out before I was reading it. I've even started reading Jerusalem. I don't think anybody has actually finished Jerusalem, but if I'm the first one, that'll be a feather in my cap. One of my mentors during this whole process has been Xander Cannon, and I knew him just from stopping.
Creator.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaiju Max is
man.
now. So, hey, there's a blurb from Xander. On the back, there's a blurb from Xander Cannon and a blurb from World Comic Book Review. I just contacted him on Twitter, now BlueSky, because we're all off Twitter now. And we just chatted, and I was like, hey, read my book. And he's been helping me, and I hope I can do something nice for him someday, because he's been very helpful. And Kevin Van Hook has been a friend of mine for years now. He wrote the introduction to the second edition of Von Bach.
You guys are killing me here. Yeah, last names is a fucking comic book. Cannon, Hammer, and Hook. That's a comic book if I ever heard one in my life.
Somebody told me that my
weapon
artists,
of choice.
Mariano Navarro and Hernan Cabrera, said it sounds like the starting lineup for the Yankees. Wow, I didn't think that was going to be an A+ joke. I don't know if that was the joke or the whatever it is in that funny little cigarette there. One of the best things about Xander's advice, he assured me that Rogues Gallery is not too similar to anything Alan Moore has done. Because, Alan Moore has done a lot of books where he does a pastiche or an XP of a well-known superhero, like Supreme is Superman. The 1963 team is the Marvel Silver Age. Miracle Man is Captain Marvel. The Rogues Gallery characters are mostly XPs of recognizable characters. I've purposely picked the most recognizable, dare I say, cliched characters to bring into the story. And we're going to see what happens when these avatars of good and evil have to deal with the evil of the real world.
What type of comic book history you digging into as you were building this, and especially when it comes to the humor side of it? Because the way you're coming through, and I'm reading this like, oh man, this is going to be hella fun. So talk to me about that.
Well, I've been writing comedy in one form or another semi-professionally since I was 16, so writing humor comes naturally to me. Writing comic books is something I had to teach myself. As for the history, well, I mean, I already knew how to write a story, so it's not like
But comic books is different. I mean, where did you go then to learn?
Well, Alan Moore's How to Write Comics, Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics and Making Comics, probably the gold standard. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I read comic book scripts. What I found was very instructive was reading the published scripts for books written by Kurt Busiek, who's also one of my favorite writers, and you'll probably see a little bit of Astro City inspiration in this. I hope.
Fantastic yo, bro, you are dropping gems. You are a reader, my man. Yes, you are dropping effing gems in comic books that are.
I'm just realizing I'm just realizing that I've subconsciously made this book for you and people like you. Yeah, the head of the villains is like a mix of Lex Luthor, Doctor Doom, and the Red Skull. His name is Dr. Null, and he was designing super weapons for the Axis powers in World War II, and he's still around causing trouble. And the heroes who assembled to fight him are also still around, and they've been fighting each other for almost 100 years. This is the cover to the first issue. Will they save the world or destroy it? Your hardcore comic book lovers will recognize this as an homage to an early issue of All-Star Comics from the 1940s. Okay, so this is our evil mad scientist. He has built a doomsday weapon called the dodecahedron.
What a name! That just sounds crazy.
I'll be honest with you, I was writing a Star Wars parody, and the Death Star analog was called the dodecahedron. It was just a dodecahedron-shaped space station. And the Doomsday weapon from Rogues Gallery was going to be a ray gun or something that looks like it could realistically be some kind of weapon. Now it's just this big metal dodecahedron called the dodecahedron. Because everybody said, no, dodecahedron, just put that in print. I want the whole story to revolve around the dodecahedron. So this is Shooting Star, sort of a gender swap Captain America with a little bit of Wonder Woman in her. Patriotic American, fought the Axis powers, and she's still leading the heroic team called the Freedom Council. And since World War II, she's been leading the heroes in their fight against Dr. Null and his evil organization called Overlord. And the idea is that in universe, thousands of comic books have been published chronicling all of these various heroes and villains. And we pick up the story at a point where the status quo is changing when the villains decide that they have to do something good for a change. Okay, Spook, based mostly on Batman, he's the only masked hero left. He's the only one left with a secret identity, and he's a master detective and tactician. He has the power to outsmart his enemies, which makes him the most powerful character in many people's opinion. Okay, so, here's Quiver. I tried to stick with archetypes that are so broadly used that there's a Marvel and a DC version. So we have Green Arrow and Hawkeye, and here we have Quiver, who's a master of the bow and arrow. Mosquito can shrink small, and she'll zap you with her mosquito bites. Laura is the last survivor of the planet Cyrax. She was rocketed to Earth before her planet blew up, and she is dedicated to keeping her adopted home safe and terrified that her home planet might be destroyed for a second time. Ice Maker, he's got the ice gun. Like I said, I wanted to stick to concepts that had been used like 100 times, so they're instantly recognizable. And by the way, there's so many cold-themed villains that coming up with an original name. Ice Maker was my 4th attempt, by the way. The other 3 had been used by other ice-themed villains. Yeah. Axon is the hero's brains of the operation. He's got a super brain. Underworld is a Jack Kirby-style mystical villain.
Yeah, pop. Love it.
Yeah, he is almost literally the devil. And because the good guys have God on their side, so the bad guys have to have his half-brother Underworld on their side. All right, so here's Skylight, who's a little bit of Thor, a little bit of the Shazam Captain Marvel. He is the last of the gods. The gods have all been wiped out, and because he protects humans, he is able to remain on Earth, and he fights for the good guys. And like a lot of our heroes, when the Axis powers popped up, he came out of hiding to join the fight. So he is the most powerful of the heroes. He's got lightning powers, and you better watch out for him. Computor is the evil robot majordomo for Dr. Null. He's made out of indestructiblium.
How do you pronounce that again?
Indestructiblium.
All right. You heard that, folks? Don't forget that.
It came out of my mouth one day, and one of my collaborators said, put it in, Hammer. Don't even try to change the spelling. Don't do a second draft. He's made out of indestructiblium.
Your voice said, my man is on something. I love it.
Constellation is the sidekick to Shooting Star. She is being groomed to be her replacement. She is only the second person that they were able to get the Shooting Star magic super warrior formula to work on. Shift is the speedster. She's in a green uniform because when she's running at you, she's blue, and when she's running away from you, she's red, because she runs so fast that she shifts the color of the light reflecting off of her.
What? So wait a minute. Now you got me thinking there. I like that.
Oh, good. There's Reptilo. He's a reptile-human hybrid made by Dr. Null. He's a dangerous guy.
This looks crazy, though. I like this, bro.
Oh, Dollface. Dollface is like Mystique from X-Men or Clayface. She can alter her form and take the form of any human being that she can see and hear.
But does she have her form, like who she really is?
That's her on the right. That's what she looks like.
Really? So this part here is what she really looks like.
Yeah, she's a Mexican-American woman, and that's her natural form.
Okay, so she does have an original identity to herself.
Yeah.
So does her transformation kind of be like the other type of people that transform with the mental health issues that will probably I change so much sometimes that I forget who, what's going,
No, don't give me good ideas after I turned into final draft. I want to say yes, Bedlam. Okay, so obviously this is based on the Joker. This is an insanity-themed villain, and he's Spook's arch enemy. He's crazy, but his crazy plans work enough that he causes all the chaos he wants to cause. So he's a very dangerous person. And of course, the Weatherman.
Ha! Yeah, he look like Mario and shit with that stash, bro.
So he can control the weather, and that makes him also very dangerous. Okay, so there's some promotional images here. This is based on the famous issue of The Flash. The motto is, sometimes the good guys lose. Ooh. This book is about what happens when the good guys lose. So for this famous Batman cover, but Spook is getting zapped by the electricity instead of it silhouetting his body. So that's the famous Captain America.
Oh,
cover,
but you flipped it, though.
Our patriotic heroes getting punched out because sometimes the good guys lose.
The Hammer Rogues Gallery.
So it's 9 issues, makes the complete story. It's 180 pages. Writing a 180-page script takes a lot of work. A lot of people, they read the last issue of On Bach, and they're like, wow, it really comes together in the end. It's like, yeah, because I wrote the ending first.
How do they look at you when you say that to them? I don't think that's actually a pretty common fucking reply. Like, huh? What do you mean you do the ending first?
I'm following Oscar Brownstein's Strategies of Drama, which they taught us at Northwestern Film School screenwriting class. Write the ending first and go backwards from there. That way, you're never stuck for an ending.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because when people are like, oh, I got a great story, but I can't think of an ending, I'm like, go away. No, all right, I have a little bit more sympathy than that, but
I really like that approach. Write the ending. How do I want this to end, and go from there? Would you think that helps solve issues of writer's block?
Yeah, I don't see a lot of experienced professional writers complain about writer's block.
All right.
Usually, when people talk about writer's block, it means that they're writing the story from beginning to the end, and they got to a place where they can't think of what should happen next. But if you know what's going to happen next before you write it, then then writer's block isn't a problem. The closest I have to writer's block is when I have the ending in mind, and now I can't think of a good beginning.
How do I start this epic shit to get to that horrible ending or crazy ass ending that's going to blow people's mind? Yeah,
but I'm also a lot more excited about writing when I come up with the incredible ending. Well, incredible in my mind anyway. You judge for yourself. Yeah.
You guys need to pull out your credit card, go onto this Kickstarter, and make it rain, baby, and drop that hammer monetarily on my boy Owen Hammer.
Every Kickstarter that has been launched by me or Mariana or Hernan or a combination of us has not only been successful in funding, but successful in the project being completed on time.
Oh,
so you can.
You hear this? Do you hear this, folks?
The only reason I'm not howling is because I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
Glad that you're here in the game. I'm glad to see your energy. I see. You know what? Have you not realized how your energy has picked up while we're doing this, bro? You are in this game. You are loving it, baby.
You're shooting out energy at me. You're like, that's why you're the host and not me.
But
if I was the host, man, you would start getting like, I don't know, Hammer.
Big picture. Mm-hmm. What do you want fans to remember about Owen the Hammer years from now, bro?
That I did good work.
Yeah, wonderful talk right there. Will there be any cool extra or stretch goals?
The stretch goal is very simple. We need to fund issue 1 to have a successful Kickstarter. The next stretch goals for issue 2, next stretch goals for issue 3. And then if we get the funding for all 9 issues, that means we can make the entire book. And those are our stretch goals. Our add-on bonuses are rewards. You get Rogues Gallery number 1 for any contribution. But you give more money, you get Rogues Gallery number 0, a.k.a. the official who's who of Rogues Gallery, where we've taken all the background story of all these characters, and it's presented like
in the Marvel Universe, DC.
It's in the format. It's in the 80s format of the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. I love that. For 3 people at a certain contribution, you get into the book as a character. You send us a high quality photograph of yourself, and you get to be a background character in the book.
Hey, hear this, folks? Hey, the most important thing I need you guys to do today. Take some action. This is the call to action on today's pod, baby. Get ready for that Kickstarter. Check out the Rogues Gallery on Kickstarter. Listen, bro, the Hammerverse is real. Thank you so much
for
joining me today, bro. For real. I appreciate the heck out of the
I need you to follow me 24 hours a day and give me encouragement. We need to do Rent an Owl. That's what I need.
Should I do a rent? Shit, I'm going to do a website, Rent the Owl.
Yeah.
Indie comics are alive. That's where it's at, and they breathe because of fans like you. This is your boy Omega telling you: support creators, support comics, and keep it weapon strong, baby. Until next time, we out. Later.